utilize. That is called the petition for review and compliance. And presumably that was a landslide petition, but it came from a judge. Presumably it was that one judge was looking at two wrong things. That judge petitioned for a rehearing on bond. And that is a request for you to retire for a time. It's not to retire, that's 28 judges, 29 judges, 29 judges. Or if you could 12 judges. I think if a majority of those judges decide to do the hearing on bond, then what happens is the court will stay with 2-1 opinion. And then, in other words, overrule the 2-1 circuit opinion, the first one circuit opinion, in favor of the district court. What happens is we didn't get that. Because you have the district court says, no, you can't deploy him. You have a two.
Yeah,
says, yes, you can't deploy him. Now you have an unbond.
I just wanted to see if we were getting the ads here.
In this case, in total. So right now, as of right now, Donald Trump not deploy. Last regard.
This is the only time you're going to see me go exclusively YouTube just to see.
I believe that significant benefit should be given to the president in this area, and that 14 years.
Wow. It is. It's a cycle, but for one end. At some point, this comes out of the Ninth Circuit, and we come into reality.
No. I may grab a bite to eat, though, on the way home. We'll see where we go.
Actually deploy the National Guard to support the operations of immigration and customs enforcement. It isn't
probably going to be sheets.
Says what? At the end of the day, it's going to be reversed and set back to right. So this is an effort to slow down his implementation of the agenda.
Absolutely.
I've been chatting with you and Dirty all night. I may shut this down and open up a Rumble stream, but
I don't know what triggers it, but somehow the Portland Police Department got the higher job. And so they cleared out the anti-threat inspection. So as of right now, there is no clear presence threat because the Portland Police Department finally did their job. I mean, now I don't know what went on with the Portland Police Department. I don't know if they're taking the orders from the politicians that they obviously are. At some point, maybe the mayor or somebody ordered.
No, he's good. He's been working a lot.
So as of right now, at least in my knowledge, there are no threats.
He's doing good. You know his number, dude. You can reach out to him.
Why didn't they do their job 3 months ago? Why didn't they do their job 3 months ago? Why had they had to trigger usage of this National Guard?
He's gotten rid of most of his social media stuff, though. He burnt out, and I get that. I've had that happen to me a couple times. But I never completely closed all my shit like he has. So he's serious about it. He's pulling back. Hey, Dad. Who's Dad? Hey, Dad. Not my dad.
Agree with the district court. So say, no, you're right. No, Donald Trump doesn't have this authority. That goes right up to the United States Supreme Court that is currently considering the case. So, Stacey, you are going to have an opinion from the United States Supreme Court in how it interprets Donald Trump's authority to deploy National Guard within this context in fairly short order. So it looks like, and of course, that decision from the Supreme Court, and again, it's not a merits decision. This is one of those emergency expedited hearing cases, so it's not a full merits case. But you are going to have probably a robust report providing a little more guidance. So that
how are you?
Presumably, hopefully getting them in line with what you and I are talking about, that this is, of course, the president's authority to make these determinations. It's not a justiciable issue. It's not something that courts should be interfering with. The president is best equipped to determine whether these federal facilities are under threat and whether that threat necessitates deployment of limited national guard business, again, by that operational security.
No, they don't. That's why I posted the thumbnail I did.
good news.
Because if you had a king, you couldn't have the protests.
But isn't Portland still a...
All right.
Yeah.
It's crazy that they do it now.
Of course he did.
It's almost one of those things. Look, remember when President...
Well, in Ohio, they're actually Ohio's going to pay people for SNAP. I guess there's about 10 to 20 states that are going to do it. States are going to cover it. Yeah, exactly. You're right. You are not wrong. You're dead.
Why do we get to the point where the president is obligated a certain authority to deploy National Guard troops when you should just have these cities?
Well, because Illinois is a blue state. They don't actually care about the people that they're saying that they're covering for. Well, Ohio's a red state. They're still paying for people that they know don't deserve it. And I'm from Michigan, which unfortunately right now is a blue state. I live in Ohio.
I mean, it's the analogy that pops into my mind.
It's embarrassing that Michigan is a blue state.
This feels a lot like what happened in San Francisco.
I'm sure it's embarrassing that Illinois is too for you.
Same thought. This reminds me of how when you're an immature teenager and you know your parent wants you to clean a room, and you let it get to within an inch of a hazmat zone. And then you go in and you do a cursory, perfunctory cleaning, just basically piling a bunch of stuff up on the bed. And your parent comes in and they're so shocked you've done something that they kind of hold off on you a little bit. So basically you hold the coming hammer at bay for a little longer until your parent just comes in with trash bags and says, you either clean this up or I'm putting everything that isn't the bed in the trash.
Your dad, my main channel's on Rumble.
By the trash. And
this is the first time I've gone exclusively YouTube just because I'm driving home.
Using all of your physical possessions for you to clean up the room. And of course, all of us mature out of that phase, right? You become an adult, you keep your room clean on your own because it's the right thing to do and you don't want to live with filth. You keep your house clean, you keep your car clean, this is just what you do. But when you're in the immature stage,
yeah,
it's an
for sure.
And it's almost like you want to live in a dirty room for a while just because your parents said something about it.
I mean, you are in need of the aid. There's a difference between illegals stealing aid and people that need it. It would be about 13 million people if it was for the people that need it. Right now it's 40 million people, which is ridiculous.
He's the one who came up with the rules and norms that all the rest of us are living under. And then they seem shocked when everyone's disgusted by the way the Democrat-run cities are and how happy we are with the cities that have been cleaned up. Notice how they're not talking about Memphis.
I understand disability and I understand need. There's a difference between that and just paying immigrants to come here and pay them to live here. That's what they're doing. They're paying them to live here, giving them food money, giving them multi. It's ridiculous.
It's not getting a lot of press, of course, right? It's a success that don't get flagged. And I've seen enough videos, TikTok videos, whatever you're talking about, Instagram videos of citizens and residents of Memphis praising the deployment, saying, I mean, and these are folks who are living right in the hard parts of these cities of Memphis, and walking through the neighborhoods, saying, look, people playing, people talking, people having a barbecue, people kids playing outside. It's kind of it's welcome. Hey, quiet. No siren, no police sirens, no screaming and yelling, no gunshots.
A single person.
It's
That's crazy.
What kills me is we know how to fix these problems.
Good for the
Right? We know how to do this. All it takes is some work. And when you see these Democrats, as you said, it's almost it's not. I think it's definitely just reflexive opposition.
All right, I'm gonna leave this on and let you guys listen to it. I'm gonna run in and grab a snack, something to drink on the way home.
Run the course. You can be a judge to ruling your favor and ruling. Eventually, as you talked about, virtually any and all executive action could result in some sort of lawsuit. In front of a judge that's sympathetic to it. I mean, so I mean, for heaven's sake, they tried to get the funding restored for SNAP benefits, right? They're trying to. There's a provision. The AG, the state ran to court up in Massachusetts and said, "Hey, we know that the government's shut down right now. We know Congress hasn't appropriated this money, but we're going to try to get the judge to order this emergency fund to go to SNAP benefits, even though we know that Congress can solve this problem in a second by having 7 Democrats run with the 53 Republicans to reopen the government by passing a complete appropriation." But again, everything goes to court. Everything is trying to resolve in terms of sympathetic either Obama or Biden judges who are presumably going to be ruling in favor of who come in with this inherent bias.
And then, as an aside, and I know we're from Landmark Legal, I mean, this is not an issue that you got tackled, but why are there over 40 million people on food stamps in America in 20?
Right. Well, I think the answer has become pretty clear, right? When you see how it went from $60 billion to $150 billion. In 2019, it went from $60 billion annual outlays to 2023, $150 billion. And what happened from 2019 to 2023? Joe Biden came into office and opened up the borders and let in 30 million illegal immigrants who all of a sudden qualified for SNAP benefits. So you're saying that the American taxpayer is funding SNAP benefits for illegal immigrants to the tune of $120 billion. Now I guess it's gone down a little bit, but $120 billion. So that's, it's funny, whenever the Clintons put back on any of this stuff, Stacey, it's 100 times worse than you ever thought about, right? Who knew? Nobody knew until the government shutdown. We started talking about it and we said, well, wait a minute, look at this. Why have SNAP benefits gone up over 100% in 4 years? Well, think about this. Why has Medicaid expenditures gone up? Why has the federal outlay gone from $6 billion to $9 trillion in 4 years? Not just all inflation, right? It's going to these Medicaid subsidies, or I'm sorry, Obamacare, ACA subsidies that went through. It's going to Medicaid to states to pay for illegal immigrants. It's going to SNAP benefits for illegal immigrants. So, not to get going on this there, but we see where the federal tax dollars are going once the curtain's pulled back.
And this pulled way back. I mean, well, one thing is for sure, if you go to TikTok, I know, not everybody is a TikToker, but I have so many people who have kind of posted to me and said, oh my gosh, are you seeing what's on TikTok, the number of people who are basically posting these videos saying, you don't need SNAP benefits to eat. You can eat well on $9 a day, $20 a day, $5 a day. Look at all the things you can buy and how you can make food and how you can take care of your family on these really, really cheap prices. And there's also a lot of slap videos where the person is black and like, I work 2 jobs and I make it and I don't get any free food from the government. And so why am I working 2 jobs so you can sit at home and collect free food from the government? It's brutal on there. Like, it's unbelievably brutal. And so I guess the other big deal is, well then, if we know there are too many able-bodied Americans on SNAP, then what should we do? What's the answer there? And so lots of questions. I wish they would just eliminate SNAP benefits altogether. Let's go back to the drawing board. Everybody who wants it has to get reauthorized. Show us how you can't work a job. Like, what's wrong with you can't work a job, right? Just show us.
Right. And I think somebody had said this. I saw it. The people who are working are way less average than the people who aren't working, who are receiving SNAP benefits. So an average SNAP recipient is heavier than the average worker. So how does that jive? if you're not working and you're on SNAP benefits, but you're heavier, you're a heavier person. So are you even worse than the work for the folks who work? I mean, obviously, there's a lot of socioeconomic things that go into that, but I know it's overly simplistic to think that, but clearly the people on SNAP benefits, nobody's going hungry on SNAP benefits, I think, because it's absurd. But Steve, I think this is what happens. We've got We've had 12 of the last 16 years under radical leftist Marxist control of our government, and they have not been interested. I don't think. I think right now you're seeing the full damage of the Obama presidency, really, right? And then the Biden presidency, where you just had radical leftists running the show who had no compunction of spending the American tax dollars into oblivion, spending the American taxpayer into oblivion. I mean, we've got $37 billion worth of debt. We've got of debt. We've got hundreds of billions of dollars on an annual basis of deficits out there. I mean, obviously, because the tariffs and now Trump in the office, but before that, this money's spent somewhere. It goes somewhere, and we're seeing where it's going to. It's going to, debt. So the ACA is really good thing. Now, this is causing the federal government to shut down is the fact that we're not going to subsidize. We're not going to provide more subsidies to people to enroll in the ACA program because healthcare has gone so high. And I thought Obamacare was supposed to fix all that. Clearly, it hasn't fixed it. All it's done is made it worse. So I just think we have to begin to get our financial house. We're trying to do that. I think there's the right people in place. We also have some accountability. If you're receiving thousands of dollars of benefits, federal benefits monthly, you have to demonstrate why there's a need for that. And that's the demonstrating that need you shouldn't be eligible for.
I mean, I just fail to understand why the number is so huge. If you look at the number of people who are getting SNAP benefits, that 40 some odd million, it seems to correspond perfectly to the 40 some odd, well, it's actually 47% of Americans who don't pay any income tax. So 47% of the people are riding on the income tax payments of the other 53%. So it seems like it's the maximum amount, the maximum number of percentage of people who can actually not pay tax and us still have a society that somewhat works. And I don't feel like it's really working that well. That's the other part. When I say a society that somewhat works, but is it really working? Is it? I don't know.
Right. I've seen it also. It's not just tax dollars that are being fixed. It's incurring debt, and so it's not just Stacey and Mike's caroling from tax dollars. It's my children's and my grandchildren's federal tax dollars because it's the debt that we're leaving these children, our succeeding generations, our younger generations that are going to be caught up with it. So if you're incurring a debt and you leave that as your legacy, it's incumbent upon those folks. So we're living high off the hog, running up these mountains and mountains of trillions of dollars of debt, and what are we leaving for future generations, right? It's incumbent upon us to make sure that that's manageable. So it's not just tax dollars, it's not just our tax dollars, it's our children's tax dollars, presuming it's what our children are going to be paying taxes. So you see what I'm saying? It's even more pronounced than just our tax dollars supporting the debt, which is going to be passed on for generations. Debt, and that really that hurts me particularly. One thing to say, okay, I have to take over this.
All right, let's do this. Hey, LVA.
Oh gosh, it is disastrous. But
Been missing you, bud.
Just even half of the 47% of Americans who don't pay any tax. If half of them were paying tax,
I'm moving mostly over to Rumble. I just wanted to do this just to see who popped off.
If we had 25 more percent people paying tax,
dude, that Honey Crisp is the bomb. And guess what? They took care of me here quickly.
Right. I mean, the point is, and I think this is what Obama is succeeding in doing, is enlarging the permanent underclass.
Hey.
With no accountability.
Hey, Roy.
A large segment of our country, of people in our country, can live without working, and they can live pretty well. Right? And so there's no incentivization to go out and get a job, even if you're able bodied, perfectly capable of doing it.
Was just getting caught up in chat. Let's go, guys.
You could obtain Medicaid. You're almost better off being really poor when it comes to healthcare than being working poor. Because if you have no income, you can go out and get Medicaid. as you might get yourself out of medicine. So you can get medical care, you can get SNAP benefits, you can get housing, you can get, you can live pretty well. So again, de-incentivizing work is a terrible thing. And again, of course, there's also the immigration issue. Really want immigration. Come in here and get health care, they really want immigration. So you can put the cost, you can split the cost off to the state through Medicaid grants. And it can, again, qualify for SNAP benefits. It's not contingent on being a citizen of the United States. I think there's some bills on that. There's now movements of the flip, which is going to qualify for any of these entitlement programs if you're not a citizen. I think that's something that's worth looking at. You come here illegally, you shouldn't be getting federal benefits. But again, this is what happens when you have 12, 16 years of Obama and Biden, and then you have people like the wheel get along in Congress.
It's amazing, honestly. It's just, if it's not the illegals robbing us blind, it's people who are already in the country.
They gave me extra toasties. Oh, it's hot.
Really interested in having just living for free. It's completely unfair. We have to do something about it. If there's anything the Democrats have done, and I don't think they intended on doing this, it's highlight just how horrible they are at leading and how awful a job they're doing in supporting their own constituents, and how willing they are to make it impossible for the rest of us to live. Like, they just don't care if people are hurt. And I'm not worried about the people who are in SNAP. I'm thinking about the air traffic controllers and the active duty service members. They're the ones who I really feel like are being hurt by this. The SNAP recipients have already decided they're going to go out and they're going to steal. So if they have enough energy to go steal, they could also go work. I'm not worried about the SNAP benefit recipients. I'm not. I don't care what happens to them, because they're going to go out and they're going to be fine anyway.
She doesn't understand how many aren't that, though.
Yeah, I think I'm guardedly optimistic that this resolution, that CR will be passed within the next few years. I think the political winds have shifted to the point where some moderate Democrats are going to be feeling enough pressure, quote-unquote moderate Democrats, and saying, keep in mind, you only need about
She's basically talking about the people that are not doing shit and can do shit.
I think that's close to do it. At some point, the government, the political winds are not in favor of the Democrats. I think people are seeing through this.
I think she could convey that better, though.
Mainstream media like CNN acknowledging that on the Democrats and actually asking tough questions of members of the House of Representatives and members of the Senate. Democrat members of the Senate actually putting their feet in the fire. I don't think they're going to, I just don't think they're going to withstand it. You see the unions, for example, even unions are kind of saying, look, it's enough to know. Let's say it's NPR, and then we can negotiate all these other things as we go forward. So I'm a little bit guardedly optimistic that this deadlock's going to break in the next, I don't know, on Thursday, hopefully within the next 2 days. But my concerns are obviously the function.
Homie, you're not even doing the speed limit.
Air traffic controllers, obviously military, those sorts of things. Yeah, but if it's
open tail, not even doing the speed limit.
Instead of, I would say, for any
This goose sales,
running to
truck sales, this new truck sales.
Come
on, dude.
At
least there's the speed limit.
That's how you thought within a second, instead of having to rely on a judge to listen to the order, that the Department of Agriculture actually still use out of an emergency fund that really won't last.
Not really, dude.
Well,
you gonna fucking do it or not? It's not hard to get over.
For some of it myself, and so let's see if we can get there. We'll ride away with optimism.
You can ride your truck too, man.
To the government being reopened.
Fuck, dude.
I've been
I'll have to get in front of you and slow down.
The government shut down. We're still taking our taxes out. So, we've been paid since the government's been shut down.
Bobtail, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I meant to say.
You'll take my money, but even though it's really, when you start to wrap your head around it, it's like Social Security.
He got a sleeper too, man. He's just fucking chilling.
Think about it. It's like, oh my gosh, what am I doing? If I could just put a little bit of my money, my Social Security money, into an index fund, I get this great rate of return as opposed to just throwing it away to the fund year after year with Social Security. But absolutely. So we'll see how it all shakes out. Obviously, the courts are going to rule how they're going to rule, and we'll keep on that.
We'll keep on keeping on. Absolutely. Well, it's been great to have you back. We so appreciate your analysis.
I know he does.
He's talking about tonight.
Because you're basically another car on the road. Act like it.
Show notes over at StaceyOnTheRight.com, and you can go to Landmark Legal Foundation and keep up with all of their work. LandmarkLegal.org. Landmark.
If you want to haul ass, haul ass,
Thanks
but
for coming back on.
don't be blocking people in the fast lane.
All right.
When you have no load.
We have more Stacey on the Right coming up here on Sirius XM. Stay with us.
I get it if you have a load behind you. Trying to pass a slow person. Sometimes you're not going to be doing the speed limit. But when you're a bobtail and you whip out to go around somebody and then you end up just pacing them below the speed limit, come on, dude.
Or go to healthrevolution.net, healthrevolution.net, and start saving today.
What does the future hold for business? Ask 9 experts and you'll get 10 answers. It's a bull market. It's a bear market. Rates will rise or fall. Inflation's up or down. Can someone invent a crystal ball? Until then, over 42,000 businesses have future-proofed their business with NetSuite by Oracle, the #1 AI cloud ERP, bringing accounting, financial management, inventory, and HR into one fluid platform. With one unified business management suite, there's one source of truth, giving you the visibility and control you need to make quick decisions. With real-time insights and forecasting, you're peering into the future with actionable data. When you're closing the books in days, not weeks, you're spending less time looking backwards and more time on what's next. Whether your company is earning millions or even hundreds of millions, NetSuite helps you respond to immediate challenges and seize your biggest opportunities. Download the CFO's Guide to AI and Machine Learning for free at netsuite.com/nation. That's netsuite.com/nation. netsuite.com/nation.
It's finally here. Let's get this party started. Making it all live. Tour across America. I was like, we have to go. And then after what happened to Charlie, I'm like, we definitely have to go.
The best way to honor Charlie's legacy is to be able to be unafraid. Do not waver on the truth.
Next stop, White Plains, Jacksonville, Miami, Atlanta, Bakersfield, Anaheim, and Glendale. So go get your tickets right now before they sell out. MeganKelly.com. Presented by Y-Refi and SiriusXM.
It's finally here. Let's get this party started.
Making it all live.
Tour across America. I was like, we have to go. And then after what happened to Charlie, I'm like, we definitely have to go.
The best way to honor Charlie's legacy is to be able to be unafraid. Do not waver on the truth.
Next stop, White Plains, Jacksonville, Miami, Atlanta, Bakersfield, Anaheim, and Glendale. So go get your tickets right now before they sell out. Megan
They need to come up north. I'll join them.
We, the people of the United States.
This week in American history.
On October 27th, 1904, New York City's first subway line opened, carrying passengers from City Hall to Harlem
Really?
and transforming urban life.
And on October 28th, 1886, the Statue of Liberty was dedicated in New York Harbor, a gift from France that became an enduring symbol of freedom and hope.
Countdown to America 250.
Only on Sirius XM Patriot Channel 125. News Daily with your host, Mike Slater.
Why does the U.S. Navy own a forest in Crane, Indiana, 700 miles away from the nearest ocean? I'll tell you this awesome story on tomorrow's show.
Breitbart News Daily, weekdays at 6 a.m.
What's your favorite kind of pizza?
Patriot 125.
You hear that? That's the sound of your
Just
business
curious.
losing money. Legacy phone systems weren't built for today's teens. Quo.
So mine depends on my mood.
Gives your business a smarter way to stay connected. Quo lets you manage calls, texts, voicemail, and contacts all in one place, so that you can deliver a seamless customer experience from ring to
Need to take calls on the go? Quo automatically transcribes, summarizes, and highlights next steps from every call, so you never miss a detail. Need insight into what closes a sale? With Quo's AI call tags, you can instantly spot key topics like objections or pricing questions, and use those insights to level up every customer interaction. And yes, you can bring your existing number with you for free. Keep your team in sync and your customers happy with Quo. Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/patriots and get 20% off your first 6 months. That's quo.com/patriots. QUO.com/patriots. Running a business is hard. Offering health benefits shouldn't be. Thatch is the new, future-forward way to do health benefits. No more one-size-fits-all plans. No more unpredictable costs. No more guessing about what your employees want or need. Healthcare plans of the past are broken, so Thatch partnered with Allstate Health Insurance to make offering health benefits simpler and way smarter. Your employees choose the health plan that works best
Meat
for them,
lovers, hell
and you
yeah.
help cover the cost with a tax-free monthly contribution. Not only do your employees get better health benefits with Thatch, but your business also gets predictable
Chicken Bacon
costs
Ranch is
and
pretty good too.
long-term
I will
savings
agree.
without the headaches of traditional insurance. Thatch and Allstate handle everything from setup to support, so your team gets what they actually need, and you actually get some peace of mind. The future of health benefits is finally here with Thatch. Learn more at allstatehealth.com/patriot and get a $100 Amazon gift card when you complete a demo. That's allstatehealth.com/patriot. allstatehealth.com/patriot.
Did you know your life insurance is an asset you can sell? I'm Jay Jackson, CEO of Abacus Life. For almost 20 years, Abacus has been purchasing life insurance policies from seniors just like you. And at abacuspays.com, we've created a free policy value calculator so you can find out the worth of your policy in just seconds. There are no fees and no obligations. Get real value for your life insurance when you need it with Abacus. Learn more at abacuspays.com.
Freedom of speech. Serious XM Patriot.
Channel 125.
Conservative principles live here. 866-957-2874.
Killed it.
Serious XM Patriot 125. These guys are doing heroic.
Going down the center lane. Just kidding. I get it, brother. Well, be ready to be up early, because I'm going to try and be up as early as possible and go live.
So much more program for you tonight. I'm on Eastern Standard
I'm not promising it's going to happen, but I want it to happen.
In the beautiful,
I got hours to get, I got to read to get,
capital city of our country, Washington, D.C.
and we're going to do our best to make it happen.
And it's
Tomorrow
darn
morning.
Exciting, I'll tell you. Darn exciting.
Last day of the, well, it's not, yeah, it
Maybe a
is.
chuckle because
Friday.
there's so much going on. There were other conferences this week here in the Capitol, and
I'm going to check the mailbox.
I knew that we would be overlapping a little bit, and I thought there might be some time to kind of get from one place to another, but there just hasn't been. It's been so busy, and of course I'm keeping up with radio as well, so glad to be with you tonight. And we had this mentioned earlier in the show, but I have to go into some detail here. You have Glamour magazine filling their Women of the Year cover with dudes. So this is the UK version of Glamour magazine, first of all.
Apparently I work in the Springfield.
And
What the
UK
fuck?
has pulled back on their support of gender affirming care as well. So it's not like the UK is somehow out of sync with what's really going on. And the other thing is, if you look at the women that they picked, is this the best that
Why the fuck did they send me out there?
Seems kind of unfair.
Springfield.
So Glamour UK chose a group of 9 guys, calls them dolls. The dolls, a popular term transgender women use to refer to one another. And they say they're doing this because trans rights are facing increasing threats in the United Kingdom. And my thought on that is that's just not true. Transgender rights aren't under threat at all. This is an issue of people being under a delusion and forcing their weird viewpoints on
Oh,
the rest of us. And then
it's Springfield Township. It's actually close to me. Not Springfield, Ohio. But it's not my closest. It's not where I've been every time I've pretty much done this. So I'm gonna call them tomorrow. We'll see if we can get it adjusted. If not, I'll do it. I don't care. Hey, Patrick or Patriot Roy. Hey, look for me on Rumble. I'll if I pop off, I'm gonna pop off here too. But Rumble is my main thing. So you guys have a good night. Peace. Thank you for hanging out.